Hey, everybody. I'm going live in our Say Brazil Wax training group, as well as on our Instagram page for Say Brazil. Lots of exciting things. I want to make sure that I'm being very clear when it comes to what we have coming down the pipeline. So if you've been in my Say Brazil Wax training group, I have been teasing about our new booster pads that are coming. So we are going to be doing a pre-sale starting this weekend. But I do want to make sure everyone is aware that we will have the Illuminating treatment will be online. We're hoping that it'll be online this weekend. And that means that you'll be able to take the training course. We will have our theory portion. We will also have, I have very rare video of me actually doing a training class with it. So you're seeing me do application, how I'm applying it, and what steps I'm applying it, how the importance of making sure products isn't getting into places that can be very cumbersome for people who have sensitivities, and then exactly how the booster pads will fall into having the treatment. Now, a lot of you guys are really doing well with your befores and afters. Thank you so much for tagging us, because we love to show, especially the underarms. I love to see a little bit more bikinis, but those take a little bit longer, especially for people that have any kind of acne or ingrown hyperpigmentation. I get a lot of questions from people asking, will the Illuminating products help for dark elbows, dark knees? That's a no. For any kind of melasma, that's a no. For any sun damage, that's a no. This is really for hyperpigmentation that has been from damage. So whether it's acne damage, whether it's ingrown damage, whether it's blackhead damage, that's really only where we focus on. The underarms are very rare and specific because a lot of the aluminum for people on their underarms really changes the way the skin reacts, especially when we start talking with women of color. And that is why I always say, if you're going to start treating someone, that you have our retail kit along with our deodorant. If someone doesn't want to commit to this, but they still want to have lightening properties and lightening things that happen, they can just use the deo on its own. It will lighten. I have not done a treatment, but my underarms are not dark anymore. So the only thing I use is my deo. So I can definitely attest for myself, because I had very dark underarms for a long time. The natural deodorant will give you that lightening and evening of the skin tone for the underarm just by itself. For people who want to have more of a faster result, then you can add in the home care. This is done at night. Your deo is done in the daytime. So you're constantly taking that area and bombarding it with products in order to help even out that hyperpigmentation. So when it comes to the treatment kit, we are going to be pairing the booster pads with the treatment kit. So this will be sold together. These will not be sold separately. They will be sold with a treatment kit. And you have 20 pads in here. So this is plenty of pads for you to do front and back side. We have a lot of you guys who are doing a lot of butt evening, especially if there is on the cheek or the meaty part of it where people have acne or scarring. This is a good way because the pads are going to go in there. And a lot of you guys who have not gotten it, we do actually have protocols in here. I get that question quite a bit. If you haven't taken a training, can you do the treatment? Yes, as long as you can read and you actually read the treatment protocols, we have them in here. For the booster, I am going to change this a little bit to add the step where the booster pads do come in there. We're very excited for this, specifically because there's a lot of people who are looking for help to help lighten those areas or illuminate. I don't say bleach. This is not an anal bleach. This is not a vaginal bleach. This is not bleach for labia. I don't do vajacials. This is not that. This is literally a treatment, which is the reason I call them a treatment, because it is a treatment. I don't believe in vajacials. I do think it's out of scope. It is not in our scope of practice to do any kind of application like a facial to the vaginal or top mound area. It's really not. I do treatments. So even with our ingrown mask, we are treating that area. With our illuminating treatment, we are treating that area. I don't add steam. There's no cleansing process. I'm a very big and very specific when I look at treatments for certain areas. And I get that question a lot as well. Is the illuminating a vajacial treatment? And it is not. It is not a vajacial treatment. And I will never come out with a vajacial product because I personally do not believe in vajacials. That is not what we were going to school to train to do. And there's a lot of things that happen in that area, especially when you start talking about pH, that you can mess up when you start putting too many products in areas that they would not normally be accustomed to. I will leave that and get off that soapbox. But our illuminating booster pads, we will start that pre-sale this weekend as well. We will be able to have these available. I'm very, very excited. These come with a self-seal, so I'm super excited about that. So these are actually self-sealed. I got that question already. These are pre-soaking, so these are moist. So you will have this available for your folks who are looking to have that extra little boost, who have just very stubborn hyperpigmentation. And I would love for all of us to be very, very specific when we start talking about treatments. Someone who has very stubborn underarms and in the top mound or in the anal or butt cheeks area is going to have a lot of time in order for that to change. So if they've had the area be very consistent with hyperpigmentation for years, it may not take as long, but it is going to take some time for that skin in that area to change. So this is not an overnight. We have seen some great results that have done after one treatment. We've seen great results after 30 days, all because they're using the home care as well as coming in every 2 weeks to get their treatment done. So I want to be very specific when I say that as well. The more consistent you are, the better your results are going to be. The online class we're hoping to launch this weekend, it will be the Illuminating online training class. You will have a certificate at the end. We will also have a new group. It's called on our separate is just for Say Brazil. It will not be on Facebook, but it will be people who have gone through my training who want to come and share, because we are having issues with sharing our befores and afters, especially in the Bikini Brazilian area on Facebook. So I really wanted to have a different community where it wasn't going to be filtered as much. We could show a little bit more with techniques. I can have people come in there and actually show pictures of the vaginal area and someone has some kind of ingrown or acne or whatever is going on, and be able to help that person and not be feared of losing their access to their Facebook account or their Instagram account. I really wanted to have a different type of community. So I'm very excited for that. I do have another free class that should be launching this weekend as well, and that's how to retail Say Brazil. All of the ideas I've given out pretty much over the years, I've kind of put them into one class, and it is a free class that will be available. So those of you guys who are currently retailing Say Brazil, or you're thinking about retailing Say Brazil, it'll be available this weekend on my same separate website on stephanielaynes.com. I have some questions. Is this for the intimate area only? For the illuminating treatment, it is for chest, back, underarms, and intimate. So front mound, and we have people that have in the butt crack area as well as butt cheeks. So it's a little bit more than just for the intimate area. But again, this is not a vajacial. This is not anal bleaching, vaginal bleaching, testicle bleaching. This is not that kind of product. I'm literally treating the skin that is hyperpigmented and the result from either ingrown damage and or acne damage, blackheads, whatever you want to call it, damage. It is not from just darkening of that area. It's not from someone who has a history or a family relation to where different areas are pigmented on the body. This is not a treatment for that. So no to knees, no to elbows, no to someone who has any kind of chafing that's happening in those thighs. I get a lot of questions about inner thighs. Will this help lighten that? No, it won't. If the skin is still chafing, if the person still has, thighs that are rubbing together, that pigmentation will always happen because it's the friction from that. So these products will not help for that. So I do get a lot of questions about thighs and can we help with thighs and the inner thighs. As long as they keep touch and they're still rubbing together, our products will not help for that because they're still touching, if that makes sense. So I'm very glad that a lot of you guys are looking forward to taking the online class. I'm very excited the fact that I was able to get footage of me doing the training and you actually seeing what I'm doing as well as what I'm talking about to the students that are in the class. I have a full live model that we zoomed in on and you get to see everything as far as application, what I use to apply, what I use to remove in the order that I'm doing them. And then I will also introduce in our theory part our new booster pads that are going to be phenomenal for those folks who just have very, 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 very stubborn hyperpigmentation in those areas. I can't say enough about our illuminating kit. I can't say enough about our illuminating retail kit because they have really given you an opportunity as an esthetician to provide products that can be used post-wax, but that are actually targeting a specific concern with people who do any type of hair removal. So even if your clients are waxing and then they're shaving their underarms, or they have issues with their back, or chest, they only get waxed, and then some women have issues on their chest, they have acne, they have blackheads here, or it's just uneven. These treatments will be working for that as well as the back. If you have a client that has a lot of ingrowns and or acne or anything like that, this could also be incorporated into a treatment to help even the skin tone and the pigment in that area as well. So I'm really excited for really to see the befores and afters. Those are really what become very interested for a lot of people who have either similar looking situations or that there's actually help out there. The reason I really created a treatment was because estheticians, you need to understand the amount of not only education, but the amount of trust that your clients have with you. You know, they come to us looking for help for things, and a lot of us really kind of miss the mark because we're quick to refer to a product versus actually understanding treating the skin. You know, I'm a big advocate of our cleansing bar collection because a lot of the cleansing bars actually help with this as well. So clients who are having, you know, just stubborn hyperpigmentation, sometimes it's the soap that they're using. Sometimes it's the harsh ingredients from their perfume or their body lotion. So it really gives us opportunity to really start communicating what is healthy for the skin, because a lot of us get stuck into thinking, oh, it's easier for me to refer a product than it is for me to really have a conversation. Clients are looking to us for help. So you need to be able to have in your arsenal the entire opportunity to be able to help them in a completely different way. So if you have any questions and you're in my Sabrazill Wax training group, you can always post below this post. As you know, I usually try to come. I've been traveling quite a bit. We've done with our biggest shows for 2019. And now I have some opportunities to really release some things that we have coming forward. I'm going to end on Instagram because I want to make this as my story. So bye on Instagram. I got rid of Instagram. Okay, so we're back on Facebook. And the question on Instagram was, is this safe for post-wax? Of course, it's safe for post-wax, so you can use this immediately post-waxing. But we do have another new product that's on the horizon, which I'm very excited about. We should be getting it next month, and it will be what everyone has been waiting for. Is the personal bar will be now available in a foam. So it'll be available in an intimate cleansing foam. So I'm very excited for that. That one has been in about a year worth of putting together, working directly with my laboratory, really getting an understanding of how to keep exactly the same bar, the same ingredients that we have that work so well in the personal cleansing bar to a foaming action. And also being able to use it and have it be in the same use that we've always used our personal bars. So I'm really excited for that. You're going to see next month, we're going to really start promoting that as well, because there are a lot of people who have asked me over and over and over and over again for a liquid option for our personal cleansing bars, and the personal cleansing foam will be a big hit. I already know it is, because I actually already have people who have already requested, and if I do have one, can they be put on the list? So we've already gotten those people already asked me, can you put me on your list so that I can be notified when the personal bar goes liquid. So we are working on that as well. But the illuminating is definitely something that's outside of our whole understanding of hair removal. It's something you can do right after. As you know, I'm a big advocate of being able to talk about add-on treatments and add-on services. Again, the illuminating kit is done every 2 weeks. So this treatment's done every 2 weeks. So they come to you when they wax, you do it right after. And then people don't realize I'm live. And then you're going to do it 2 weeks after. So every 2 weeks, you're going to be doing that treatment, trying to get that skin to become open to start releasing that hyperpigmentation. So we're excited for that. So I'm going to go ahead and end. I've been on a little bit too long because the phones are starting to ring for me. So if you have any questions, you can always post below. But keep an eye out, because we will be doing a pre-sale for our booster pads and our treatment kits. And then we will also announce when you are able to take the online illuminating training class. Okay. All right, guys, have a great evening. Bye.